1. I'm not interested in preserving the status quo. I want to overthrow it. 2. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. 3. Men in general judge more by the sense of sight than by the sense of touch, because everyone can see but few can test by feeling. 4. There is no avoiding war, it can only be postponed to the advantage of your enemy. 5. Alexander never did what H. 6. Princes and governments are far more dangerous than other elements within society. 7. It is a common fault not to anticipate storms when the sea is calm. 8. An unavoidable war is called justice. When brutality is the only option left, it is holy. 9. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. 10. There is no other way to guard yourself against flattery than by making men understand that telling you the truth will not offend you. 11. Never was anything great achieved without danger. 12. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. 13. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. 14. If an injury has to be done to a man, it should be so severe that his vengeance need not be feared. 15. A prince must not have any other object, nor any other thought, but war, its institutions. 16. Never do an enemy a small injury. 17. Nature creates few men brave, industry and training makes many. 18. The new ruler must determine all the injuries that he will need to inflict. He must inflict them once and for all. 19. He who is highly esteemed is not easily conspired against. 20. The best fortress which a prince can possess is the affection of his people. Niccolo Machiavelli. 21. A prince is also esteemed when he is a true friend and a true enemy. 22. The first way to lose a state is to neglect the art of war. The first way to gain a state is to be skilled in the art of war. 23. There is no avoiding war, it can only be postponed to the advantage of others. 24. That defense alone is effectual, sure, and durable which depends upon yourself and your own valor. 25. A prince should esteem the great, but must not make himself odious to the people. 26. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. 27. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experiences what you really are. 28. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. 29. Everyone sees what you seem to be, few know what you really are. and those few do not dare take a stand against the general opinion. 31. Since love and fear can hardly exist together if we must choose between them, it is far safer to be feared than loved. 32. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. 33. I'm not interested in preserving the status quo. I want to overthrow it. 34. How we live is so different from how we ought to live that he who studies what ought to be done rather than what is done will learn the way to his. 35. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. 36. For the initiator has the enmity of all who would profit by the preservation of the old institution, and merely lukewarm defenders in those who gain by the new ones. 37. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. 38. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. 39. And here comes in the question whether it is better to be loved rather than feared, or feared rather than loved. It might perhaps be answered that we should wish to be both. 40. It must be remembered that there is nothing more difficult to plan, more doubtful of success, nor more dangerous to manage than a new system. Niccolò Machiavelli.